think it's possible to hold two entirely conflicting thoughts in your head at the same time and for both of them to be equally true. So number one is, I love winter in Minnesota. And number two is, when is winter going to be over? I'm sick of it. I'm Mary Schumann. I'm a realtor here in the Twin Cities, and I make videos for people who are thinking about moving to Minnesota, whether that's neighborhood tours, real estate updates, or if you're looking for my observations about what it's like to live in Minnesota and how to navigate that from an outsider perspective, because I'm not a native. If that's what you're looking for, hit subscribe and then hit the bell and you'll know when I post new content, which I try to do every week. So it's almost February here in Minneapolis, and while I really do love winter here, this year it's been a combination of factors that are making me have a few of the how much longer thoughts, and one of those is that winter has been abnormally cloudy, and I know this is not just my attitude problem because I tweeted at the National Weather Service and they confirmed that we are definitely on the cloudy side of things this year. Minnesota is typically very sunny in the winter, and to me that's what makes all the difference. I really don't mind cold or snow, but gray skies, that starts to bring me down. So the other thing that we've had this winter is a lot of snow. We reached the seasonal average a few weeks ago. Seasonal meaning the whole season of winter, and it's not over yet. So here are some things to help you deal if you can't hop on a plane to a tropical location. If you don't like odd numbers, you're not gonna like this, because I'm gonna give you 9 ideas for ways to make your winter brain happier in the far north when winter isn't really over for another 8 to 10 weeks. All right, so little staycation ideas, and I'm gonna call this one thing, but really it's many more than that. Minnesotans actually celebrate winter, cold, and the north. Every year there are many outside events that I definitely recommend taking advantage of. A big key to staying happy in the winter in Minnesota is getting outside and not letting the cold keep you confined. The Great Northern Festival is held annually from the end of January through the beginning of February and consists of indoor and outdoor activities in the absolute depths of winter. Events include things like art installations, a sauna village, talks and discussions about sustainability and climate, a film festival, the St. Paul Winter Carnival, and culinary events, just to name a few ways that we celebrate the season. Number 2, I've never actually done this in New York City around Central Park or even in Chicago when I lived there, but if the idea of being buried under a pile of blankets and taking a ride in a horse-drawn carriage feels like a bucket list item to you, you can totally do that and make your rom-com fantasies come to life. These horse-drawn carriage rides are alongside the riverfront, and that area has a lot of the old cobblestone streets still in place, and the skyline views over the water are... Make a dinner reservation afterward at one of the cozy restaurants in that area, and maybe one with live music like the Astor Cafe, and you'll have a nice memory to tuck away and a restorative experience to help make you appreciate where you live. All right, number 3, this one is absolutely free. I get to a point where I'm sick of breathing the very dry forced air in my house. And while I have a lot of plants, they are no match for a furnace running all the time trying to combat 50 plus inches of snow and sub-zero temperatures. Sometimes you just want lush, green, earthy smells and really humid air. And if that's the case, you can take yourself to the Marjorie McNeely Conservatory at the Como Zoo in St. Paul. The building itself will make you happy because it's absolutely a stunning piece of architecture, and they make a point of having gorgeous displays throughout the winter. You can then take yourself to the Como Zoo's tropical encounters without even stepping back out into the tundra. Then you can have more time with rainforest plants and animals, and I think hearing the bird song in there is underappreciated. Many of our songbirds head to warmer areas in the winter, or we just have our windows closed and we can't hear them. Number 4, water is a big deal in Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes, so if you want to get away from it all, why not enjoy a trip to our public bathhouse? You do have to wear a swimsuit, don't worry about that. This is the Watershed Spa. It's new in the area, and they have a sequence of soaking in a hot pool, then going into a steam room, then a dry sauna, and then a cold plunge. It's one fee for a 3-hour reservation, so you can really take your time, and they offer additional spa services like massage, cupping, acupuncture, and skin treatments. I really can't imagine leaving this place feeling less than relaxed and like you've had a mini vacation from the winter cold. All right, number 5. This one is pretty far outside my comfort zone, and I'm not sure I would do it, but some people who I know who have tried it found it restorative, and you can really check out in a sensory deprivation tank. Apparently, it's relaxing to soak in very salty water, complete silence, and optionally also have it pitch black. I don't think that's for me. Number 6, if you have kids and you want something more family friendly, check out the Great Wolf Lodge by the Mall of America for water slides, wave pools, and a lazy river. And another option for water slides and indoor pool fun includes the Venetian Water Park in Maple Grove. It's not quite on the same scale as the Great Wolf Lodge, but also not the same price tag either. Number 7. Okay, this one you're going to need to dress appropriately for. You can go on a trip with Stillwater Balloon. They offer hour-long hot air balloon rides over the St. Croix Valley. You will literally be flying with the eagles. Minnesota has a lot of bald eagles, and they thrive in winter, and they love to be near the water, also known as the St. Croix River, which has a depth of about 70 feet and a great portion of it. Great for fishing for these eagles. And I can't imagine coming back from that anything less than invigorated. So just pack your hot cocoa. If you don't want to leave the ground and you just want to see them, Hudson, Wisconsin, which is right on the border of Minnesota, has a hot air balloon festival in early February called the Hudson Hot Air Affair. Number 8, there is something oddly magical about walking on a lake illuminated by giant ice luminaries. People walk, snowshoe, or cross-country ski in this event on Lake of the Isles every February. As you walk in the dark, snowy winter wonderland, you can stop at one of the many hot cocoa stations or sit around a bonfire on the ice. It's odd to say, but when I've gone to this event, I really like the darkness and the luminaries, but also this sense of community because you're seeing all of these people that are happy out enjoying a special evening on the lake in the heart of winter. And it makes you feel good inside, and you don't even notice that you're getting a pretty good bit of exercise walking the perimeter of the lake. Okay, number 9. But this one's a little weird, but also, go ahead and judge me if you want. Sometimes you just want some good food, sunshine pouring in through the windows, and a bunch of trees. You can pretend that it's not winter as you head to the top floor of Restoration Hardware Store in Edina. It's like a terrarium. Lots and lots of plants, lots and lots of sun. And, if you're not hopping on a flight and you need some vitamin D and a bit of fantasy that you're not in Minnesota in the winter, you can head to the RH restaurant and get a short reprieve and pretend. So none of these are in my free relocation guide, but other things are, so you can feel free to download that if you want to. It's in the description box down below this video.